protein bound like in albumin. Yan. Pwede din siyang complex to an anion. Yan. So, pwede siyang tawaging citrate or phosphate. Also, we also have the ionized calcium. They are freely circulating in the blood. Okay. So, only the ionized form of calcium is biologically active and it plays a crucial role in various bodily functions. Like yung sinabi natin sa integumentary system, yung TRPV1. Yan. Calcium is also involved there. So, what is the importance of calcium homeostasis? So, it helps in maintaining now a stable calcium level, which is crucial for muscle contraction, also for nerve impulse transmission, blood clotting, and generally bone health. Okay? So, this calcium homeostasis is actually triggered by the hormones that we have mentioned a while back, yung PTH and yung calcitonin. So, I believe it will be discussed on the next slides. So, let's see. We have factors affecting calcium concentration. So first will be changes in plasma protein concentration. So when the concentration of proteins in the blood would increase, let's say for example during dehydration, tumataas po ang concentration ng protein, more calcium will bind to these proteins. This will now lead to an increase in the total calcium level in the blood. Pero yung ionized, yung active form remains relatively unchanged. Ibig sabihin, constant pa rin siya. For the changes in an ion concentration, increase in the concentration of an ions like phosphate or citrate in the blood can lead to more calcium binding to these ions. Yan. So, ang nangyayari since nagbabind na siya sa phosphate or citrate, nadidecrease si ionized or yung active form ni calcium. This could lead to the acid-base abnormality. So, in acidosis, more calcium ions will bind to protein, just like in this one, acidemia. Mas madaming magbabind na um, proteins kay albumin. Therefore, this will lower. Actually, this will lower the amount of the ionized calcium in the blood. On the other hand, pag alkalimia, kasi nga nagbind siya dito. So, magkabaliktad po pala ito. Okay, magkabaliktad. So, ang nangyayari dito sa alkalimia, on the other hand, more calcium ions are being released. Ito, nababawasan, leading to increased ionized or active form of calcium found in the blood. Ganun siya. So, magkabaliktad itong demonstration here. For the functions of calcium, it is essential mainly for the bone construction, reconstruction, or remodeling, and its maintenance. So, the sufficient calcium levels would help this would reduce the risk of osteoporosis, wherein, as we have mentioned on the previous slides, um, this is the root cause of bone weakening and it's being brittle. So, na-mention na natin yung fracture, uh, yung factor of age rather to the bone mass or bone growth. Okay, so bone growth would peak in early adulthood around 30 to 35 years old. As you can see here. Yan. So, men would typically have higher peak bone mass than women, and women will experience bone loss due to menopause, increasing now the risk of osteoporosis. Okay? So, mas prone po ang women sa osteoporosis as compared to men due to the factor of the loss of estrogen. On the other hand, it is also involved in hemostasis. Um, Calcium plays a key role in coagulation cascade, aiding now in the activation of the clotting enzymes in the plasma. So, itong diagram here, we have the intrinsic pathway and the extrinsic pathway. So, what happens first will be um so we have the pag sa intrinsic pathway, technically this is activated by a blood vessel damage. So this could lead to when the blood vessel is damaged, the smooth muscles would contract to reduce blood flow. This is an immediate but it is a temporary response kasi pwede pa rin siyang mag-bleed. Then, platelets will now adhere to the damaged vessels and will release chemicals to attract more platelets. An example of a positive feedback mechanism which we have mentioned on the first discussion. So this forms now a temporary plug to seal the injury. Then you have the clotting pathway. Anyways, tsaka na natin ito i-discuss in detail. Just follow me with this coagulation process. So this is where the calcium will come into place. During coagulation, yan siya. Makikita nyo siya dyan. Okay, calcium, calcium, calcium. So, there are two ways. Through the intrinsic pathway, ito pa rin pala siya, yan. Kaya magkaiba yung intrinsic and extrinsic. For intrinsic pathway, this is activated inside the bloodstream when the blood vessel's inner lining is damaged. So, this